Children, today we will revise chapter 2 natural resources, land, soil and water, so that it will become part of your memory. See, Earth is a unique planet in a solar system. Earth is a unique planet in solar system. Why Earth is a unique planet in the solar system? Because there are some favorable condition on the Earth that supports life. Like the Earth receives moderate heat and light from the sun, and the 2/3 of the Earth surface is covered with water, and also the Earth has envelope of air around it which supports life. So Earth is a unique planet in the solar system. Now see, the life is possible on the Earth because of the 4 spheres, and these spheres are lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. See, the spheres of the Earth, these are lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. Now you see, the Earth's surface is divided into 2 parts, and the name of those 2 parts are land and water. Now, land covers about 30% of the total area of the Earth, and the water about 70% of the total surface. So land is 30% of the total and the water is 70% of the total. Now let's learn about the land resources. The most important natural resources on which all human activity is based is land. In fact, all human activities related to food, clothing, shelter takes place on the land. So land is utmost important natural resources. Now see the uses of land. The land is used for various purposes. The important is growing crop. Land is used for growing crop, building houses, constructing road, railway track, establishing industry, grazing animal, mining, etc. These are the uses of land. Now see the uses of land in short. Uses of land. Land is used for growing crop. And you all know food is the pre-requirement of the people. So land is used for growing crop. Then it is also used for building houses. Then constructing road. Then establishing industry, grazing animals, mining and all that. These are the uses of land. Now you see, about 90% of the world population is inhabited in the plain area of alluvial soil of the tropical and subtropical areas. These are the area of intensive crop cultivation, high yield, and all these areas supports dense population. And in contrast, sparse population is seen in the area of high altitude, desert, equatorial forest region where the slopes are steep. Temperature is too much hot or too cold. Soil are thin and infertile, and these areas are inhabited by the people who are engaged in hunting, gathering, fishing and shifting agriculture. Now from this paragraph there will be one value based question, that why people prefer to live in the plain land. Why population remains high in the plain land? So the answer will be, the plain land has even surface, flat land and even surface. The plain areas have flat land and even surface, and the soil there are fertile. Just like northern plain of our country, the northern plain of India, it is formed due to deposition of sediments by the river. These are formed due to deposition of alluvium by the river. So the northern plain of India have alluvial soil, and you know alluvial soil is the fertile soil. So the plain areas of intensive crop cultivation because of the alluvial soil. The plain areas have alluvial soil, and alluvial soil is the fertile soil. So intensive crop cultivation is done on these areas. So keep in mind, the plain area, why the population is high in the plain area, why people prefer to live in the plain area? Because in the plain area the surface is even and flat surface. Point number 1. Number 2, the soil here is fertile. Point number 3, these are the areas of intensive crop cultivation. The plain areas support agriculture. There are various favorable factors for agriculture like fertile soil, plain area. It is easy to run the machine on the plain area, and also there is abundant water supply. Now you see, in contrast, the population is sparse. Sparse means low. The population is low in the area of high altitude. Altitude means height, means in the hilly area, in the mountain area, in the desert area, in the dense forest area. There what will happen? The population will be very low. So you see, in the areas of the mountain area, the desert, the equatorial forest, the main occupation of the peoples are hunting, gathering, fishing and shifting, agriculture. And the main occupation of people in the plain areas are agriculture, cultivation, agriculture, industry, etc. And the main occupation of people in the mountain area, in the desert, in the equatorial forest are hunting, gathering, fishing, shifting, agriculture. Repeating in short, there will be one value based question from this paragraph. Why 90% of the world population is inhabited in the plain area? So the answer will be due to plain, flat and even surface, due to fertile soil. Fertile soil supports agriculture. So the main occupation of the people in the plain areas are agriculture as well as industries, based on industries. And the sparse population, sparse means low. The low population is seen in the area of high altitude. Altitude means height. In the area of high altitude like mountains, desert, equatorial forest, the population will be low. Why? Because temperature there will be in the desert, you see the temperature will be either too hot or too cold. The soil are also thin and infertile, like in mountain area the soil are thin, and the soil is infertile, so the population in these area will be less. And the main occupation of the people living in these areas are hunting, gathering, fishing and shifting, agriculture. Now see, land use pattern. Land use. The land used for various purposes like cultivation of crop, building of houses, construction of road, railway, grazing of animal. So this is known as land use pattern. The use of land for various purposes is known as land use pattern. So land use pattern is actually a layout or arrangement of the utilization of available land. The study of land use pattern helps a country to optimum utilize the available natural resource. Now see, the percentage of land used for various purposes varies from one region to another. For example, if it is plain region, the area is plain, then more and more land will be devoted under agriculture, industries. And if it is a mountain area, the land there will be put for non-agricultural uses. Like rocky, arid and desert areas, they are barren and wasteland. So the factors which determine the land use pattern. The land use pattern is determined by the following factor. First is physical factor. The second is human factor. The land use pattern is determined by physical factor and human factor. See, the land use pattern is determined by the factor which influence the land use pattern are physical factor and human factor. Human factor like relief, then soil, then climate, then mineral. And the human factor, like density of the population. If the population is high, then more and more land we need under agriculture as well as for building houses, road, factories. So the density of population affects the utilization of land. Then the technological, social requirement of people. We need a school, hospital, college. For that what we need? We need land. Then culture and tradition of people. So these are the factors which influence the utilization of land. So children, we need to study land use pattern very carefully for optimum utilization of the available natural resource. The natural resource in our country is limited. The area of our country is 3.28 million square kilometer, and we'll have to fulfill our all purpose on this limited land. So we need to study land use pattern. Why? Because it is important for the economic planning of a nation. Every nation studies land use pattern. Why? For economic planning. Then it also helps in assessing shortcomings in the land utilization. It helps us to improve our land utilization. Then is achieving development goal. So the countries decide the land use according to the development goal and the availability of natural resource. And children, you know very well that according to the scientific norm, 33% of the world, or 33% area of a country, or 33% area of the world should be under forest. Why? To maintain ecological balance. To maintain ecological balance, 33% area should be under forest. But at present, only 31.6% area of the world is covered by forest. And you know, in our country, about 21.67% of the area is covered by forest. Listen again. To maintain ecological balance, 33% of the area should be under forest. But at present, only 31.6% area of the world is covered by forest. And in our country, it is only 21.67%. So children, it is very important for us to take initiative to conserve forest. So children, how can we do this? How can we conserve our forest? We will have to keep 2 points here in mind. First is discouraging deforestation. How can we do this? How can we conserve our forest? First point, by discouraging deforestation. And the second is encouraging afforestation. Keep in mind, how can we conserve our forest? First step, discouraging deforestation. The second step, encouraging afforestation. So, to maintain the desired norm, to maintain the ecological balance, we need 33% of the area under forest. And we are much below than the desired norm. So, what we need? We need to conserve forest. How can we conserve forest? By discouraging deforestation and encouraging afforestation. So you see, the availability of the land on the earth is limited, and there is conflict over the access and right of the natural resource. It has resulted in tough competition between the agriculture and other sector over the use of land. And moreover, the land also suffer from various problems. such as the problem of soil erosion, degradation, deforestation also. Like for example, in our country the population is high, so need more and more area under agriculture to feed the population. But you know, we have wasteland like rocky land, arid, desert areas, and the land we have to put to the other non-agriculture uses like settlements, land for settlements, roads, railway, industries. So we will have to fulfill our all purpose on the limited land. Moreover, the land also suffer from various problems like the problem of soil erosion, land degradation and deforestation. Meaning of soil erosion, you understand, the removal of topmost layer of the soil. And the land degradation, meaning of land degradation is reduction in the quality of land. So continuous use of the land over a long period of time without taking appropriate measure to conserve and management it results in land degradation. So these are the problem that we will have to tackle. The problem of soil erosion, land degradation, deforestation, these are the problem that we will have to tackle. So it is very crucial for us to reduce the land degradation to ensure the optimum use of the land resource, the available resource for the benefit of our present and future generation. You see children, we have shared the land with the past generation and we will have to do so with the future generation too. So we will have to conserve it. We will have to do land management. And you know, there are various measures for land management. There are various measures to conserve the land from being degraded, just like afforestation. You can do afforestation, it will prevent the soil erosion also. So we can do afforestation. Then proper management of the grazing, it will also help in some extent. Then the planting of shelter belt, then control of overgrazing. So these are some of the measures by which we can prevent the land, we can conserve the land. Now children, your today's homework is to learn what are the uses of land. First question, what are the uses of land? The land is used for growing crop, building houses, constructing road, railway track, establishing industry, animal grazing, mining, etc. Second question, what is land use pattern? So this is the answer. Land is used for various purposes, for cultivation of crop, building of houses, construction of road, railway, grazing of animal. This is known as land use pattern. The next question, write down the learn the factors influencing the utilization of land. The factor influencing the utilization of land. So the answer is, you will have to learn all this. First is the physical factor. The second is the human factor. Physical factor includes relief, soil, climate. Human factor includes the density of population, technological, social requirement of people. The next question is, why do we need to study land use pattern? So the land use pattern is important. Why? For economic planning of a nation. It is important for economic planning of a nation. Then assessing shortcoming in the land utilization. Second point, assessing shortcoming in the land utilization. And then to decide the land use according to development goal and availability of natural resources, or to achieve the development goal. And the next that you will have to learn here is what percentage of area should be under forest and why. So 33% of area should be under forest to maintain ecological balance. The next is, how can we conserve forest? First step, by discouraging deforestation and by encouraging afforestation. So these are your homework, you just learn it.